Oh my goodness, the life just happened so fast. Hi everyone, this is Marie Abanga aka Mag, and today's the 31st of March 2022, and it's the first quarter of 2022 going like this. My goodness, yeah, because if you divide 12 into 4, right, each quarter is 3 months. So wow. Someone once told me, and I really do believe, I agree with that. Once January is over, the year is over. And sometimes people say January is the longest month in the year, but for me, January is the most beautiful. It's a beautiful, it's my birth month, so it's just thrilling for me day after day, and I'm like in the middle. So from the 1st to the 18th is super excitement, and then from the 18th to the 31st or something like that, it's adjusting and settling down, and then before I know it, January is over, and before after January, all the other months come, and this is already the 31st of March, and it's just so amazing how sometimes things happen that you didn't even plan for at the beginning of the year, and then you just embrace those things, and you just see how they unfold so beautifully, and you are like, it can only be God, right? Especially when you've made this commitment in your life, right, to walk with Him, and seek Him, and find Him and cherish Him and celebrate Him and worship Him and praise Him and glorify Him and all of that. So something beautiful happened, and it's still happening. Sometimes in the month of February is a very special month for me too, frankly speaking. I've written about February in several of my books. I lost my daughter in February, attempted suicide in February. I've gotten in and out of relationships in February. If I really need to look at each February of my life, something significant happened. Even last February, something happened. I published books in February, something. And this February, it just occurred to me that, hey, why don't I just go and live with my mom? That was like, the Spirit put some thoughts in our hearts, and I was vlogging about guarding our hearts and minds today, and when those thoughts come in, because you cannot just tell if it's from this Holy Spirit or if it's from the devil or it's some distraction and stuff like that, you take it and then you start to pray over it. And the peace you feel as you pray over it, as you meditate, as you think, you will know whether it's a thought from God or it's a thought from the devil. And one thing I do with those kind of thoughts, I don't just want to start talking to people about them. I actually don't even do that. I really want to just like talk to God myself about it, like take it to Him in the mountain and all of those things. And I do different spiritual exercises, and so I thought about it. I was like, okay, am I ready psychologically? Am I ready spiritually? Am I ready emotionally? Physically, what is there to prepare to move back into my mother's house, right? There's a house, I've been there. I lived there when I came back from Europe. I stayed there for 6 months, so it's not like I was chased out. I am the one who packed and left, so the house is there. So physically, there's nothing to prepare. And then there's no mother that is going to lock her child out. Not my mother anyway. And I'm the only one here, so why wouldn't I? Come on now. So no, it's not about not being a house. I've always been able to go there as I want and eat all I want and, share it and all of those things. So that wasn't the issue. The issue was psychologically, mentally, emotionally. Spiritually, I'm at a very good place in my life, so I quickly just take it to the Lord, and I'm like, Father, is this from you? Is this what you want me to do at my age? Instead of looking forward to getting married and moving into my husband's house or just living in my own house, with my kids, you're asking me to move back to my mother's house? Wow, the same house I left from like a thief in 2016, you want me to move back into that house? Okay, well, prepare me, show me those signs and all of that. So I prayed, fasted, thought about it. And I just kept having this peace in my heart. Some things you cannot explain to people, and no, God doesn't even need people to understand what he wants to do, because he's not to be compared, he's not to be measured by anybody, no, nothing. So I cannot start explaining the signs I got and the peace I felt and all of those things. But yes, that's what's happening. And yesterday I talked with my mom, and she even made me to get the final sign. I had almost left without doing that. So yes, I'm moving back. I'm moving back in July. I thought it was going to be next summer, but it's going to be this summer, which is also ideal for me, right? Looking at it from an economic point of view, I'm going to stop paying rents for the house and for the office and, stuff like that. But frankly speaking, it has nothing to do with money for me. Like, I could, if I wanted to be stubborn, continue to stay here, and whatever I make, I use it to pay my rents and stay quiet. Yeah, it's not the easiest to go by, but it's not challenging that kind of way. Like, my landlord has never sent me a notice to quit, none of them, and all of those things. And I sleep in peace, and I eat, we don't sleep hungry and stuff like that. But no, it is for that fellowship with my mom, and because God says I should do that, and I walk in obedience and everything. So having this decision confirmed before the first quarter of the year runs out, it's just so beautiful for me. And now having these 3 other months to prepare, like to pack the things up, to give out what I have to give out, to do all of those things. It's such a beautiful milestone for me. I'm like, wow. It had once crossed my mind when I was living there that I was going to come back. But I didn't think that it was going to happen, and not now especially. What can I say? Some people, a lot of people, what people do, what is normal is that you grow, you have your big house and all of that, and then you take your parents to live with you. But in my case, I'm the one going to live with my mother. It's an honor for me, frankly speaking, and I'm looking so forward to that. And I'm not the same person I was 5-10 years ago. And sometimes people, they know that owe you, so they're thinking, but is that not Jesus Christ, the son of the carpenter? So some people are, but is that not Mark? Is that not Maria Bangawu? By their fruits you shall know them. So it's not something to talk about too much. Hi, Gwanso, thanks for joining. It's not something to talk about too much or try to convince people that it's a noble thing to do, or that, all my senses doing it and all of that. No, I'm just so honored to be doing this, especially because it's a mandate from God. It's an assignment. It's something like, it's going to be wonderful. I know that, and I'm looking forward to that. And we are in such a very good place in our relationship now. I don't hide from talking about anything. And my mom and I, it's in my book, right? 1 or 2 of my books. We had this, I love you, leave me, or I hate you, don't leave me relationship. And it cost us a lot of pain, both of us. And as I said in my book, my goodness, we could argue sometimes, or I could lash out. Not even that we could argue. I could lash out and talk to my mom anyhow, and I'll be like, Father God, what is happening to me? Like you feel like you're possessed. And I'll be quoting Bible. The same Bible that she bought for me when she asked me, this child, what do you want? This is that Bible here. See. She said, you, this child, what do you want? I said, I want the Bible. And as soon as she bought that Bible, she just left her office, went to the cathedral, bought the Bible, brought it. As soon as she came in, gave me the Bible, I took the Bible and left. I didn't even thought, goodness. I'm a prodigal daughter, I'm a miracle child, I'm everything, Some people who really know our story, when they talk to me, they say, I'm so proud of you, I'm so glad for you, I'm so everything. So I'm so excited, to go back to, hi sis, to go back to my mom's house, and I pray and I know that God is working on mom, and it's going to be completely different. It's going to be beautiful, and we don't have each other forever, so I don't want to be thinking too much, but I'm just so happy with this opportunity, especially given where I am now in my life. It's nothing like I want to be going out at night and I want my own key and I want up and I want down and and people are coming to visit me anyhow. That's not me anymore. So it's really going to be peaceful, and I know the power of speaking into something. Like when I get up and I just say I'm working out today and this day is going to be this, and I speak joy into my day and I speak this and I speak that. It happens 99.9% of the time. So I have 3 months, or I have been doing it already since, to speak into it, to pray for it, to wish it the best it can be. I know some people who still don't get along with their mothers, and I'm like, Father, please, you did it for me, do it for them, and stuff like that. So when I share like this, it's also to just inspire people, motivate them, encourage them, do something. And you know what I did, to be very honest with you, at the height of our kind of misunderstanding or whatsoever, I just started to pray. And then I knew somebody, and I still know her, my friend. She's in the US, healing words with Yvette. So I just reached out to Yvette and I told her, this is what I'm going through, and I'm just sick and tired of this. What kind of a thing is that? I'm done. I don't want to have this kind of relationship with my mom again. I need help. And she directed me to go and see somebody, the founder of Attitudinal Healing in Cameroon. No, not the founder, but the president. And this man made me to see my mother in a different light, to just start changing my own attitude. And as I was doing that, mom was also changing, kind of. And somewhere we just met and we just bonded back again, and it's just been like, even when fire wants to come now, fire goes. So, we dance Sweet Mother every year since then. That was in 2017, I think. And each year we've been dancing Sweet Mother. I can't wait for May this year. That will be like the last year I'm dancing for my own house. After that, each year I will be in that house, because I'm not leaving my mother's house again, except to go to my husband's house, because I'm praying God for that too. I mean, there's no shame in wishing for something, and I'm not the first person who has divorced and wants to get married again, right? So, and I think that if it's God's will, He's going to grant that desire of my heart. So, it's even funny, because once I was having a conversation with him, and he was like, I want you to go back, because he's going to come and get you from your mother's house. And I said, amen. So who knows? After 3 months, first quarter of the year, it's also a time to do some introspection and retrospection. Look at your life and what you've been able to do these first 3 months, and what you had wished to do, and what you have done which you did not even think of, and give God the glory, and celebrate, and don't just complain and be looking at the things that have not worked out the way you wanted them to work out, or people who are far ahead and you both started off together, or people who are doing this or not doing that. No. Look at your own self and, be able to do that. They call it a balance sheet and all of that. But for me, I don't even look at things that have not worked out. I don't spend time on those things. Because what you focus on is what your energy goes into. And that's what you're going to harvest. Like, I was talking to somebody today. Sometimes I wake up and I have a session even before I start doing things, the people need. And I was like, if you are spending your energy to try to change somebody, whereas by your life, that person could be attracted to your lifestyle of prayer, for example, of forgiveness, of all of that, and they start to make changes themselves, the results will be faster. But because you are spending your energy trying to remind them every day of their shortcomings, trying to preach to them, trying to then you don't have time to live the kind of life you really want to live. You get me? So in the end, you are not helping that person, and you are not also helping yourself, because you are spending your time now trying to change this person, trying to convince them that like somebody called and say, hey, if you are really a child of God and stuff, you don't have to be doing sports wearing that or all of that. Like, Assistant Jesus, excuse me, you don't even know why I'm doing this. Because to be honest, I didn't tell them that, but frankly speaking, I wanted to even stop doing this. stop posting and all of this. I wanted to just focus. God said, no, you have to do it. There are people that I want to reach, and I will only reach them through you when they see themselves in you. Forget about it. I don't care about the outward appearance. Don't mind what man is saying. Between you and I was like, okay, Papa. Because to be honest, people who are still on the street, or the prostitutes or whatever we call them, and the street kids and all of that, how do we reach those people if we already judge and condemn them based on maybe the way they are dressed and all of that? And one day I got this lesson also. I was in another church, and a sister came in, and she wore an open dress and everything, and she put a scarf which was see-through, and it kept going one direction and everything. And I don't know whether I was usher that day or what was my business. So I went and told her, oh my goodness, the way she felt bad about it, I also started to feel bad. I was like, nah, who sent me now? Maybe she just wanted to have her encounter, and now I'm distracted. Do I know why she wore that dress, or if she's going to come back now? I was like, Father, please forgive me. I don't want to be doing this kind of thing again. So now when I go to church, I mind my business. Yes, the Bible says bring people, but no, me, I don't want to bring people that way by talking to them, calling out their mistakes to them, their shortcomings, as if me, have I finished moving a peck in my eye? Can I pick a stone and shoot at somebody? So no, I'm not mommy pastor. I'm not nothing. No, I'm just talking about my ministry is love and healing. Very beautiful one. Just love and healing. Other people can have all other kinds of ministries. And when you spend time with God, you do this introspection and retrospection. You do what I call contemplative practice. One day I got up at bed. I thought I was good to go. I done sports, everything. Finish bathing. My friend, you are staying in this room today. I want you to learn how to do some real contemplative practice today. I was like, okay, sir. Yes, sir. Because fortunately, I didn't have, not fortunately, I think he knows when he does all those things. I didn't have nothing to do out of the house. That day, no session, no course session, no therapy session, nothing. So stay home. Do contemplative practice. Share it. Because there is somebody who is going to read it, who is going to watch it, who is going to forget about the numbers. It's not about the numbers. I know where I'm sending you to who I'm sending you to, and you are good enough like that. So he can use you wherever you are, however you are. You don't need to make 100 million to make a difference in somebody's life. A friend sent me 1,000 francs Momo airtime. The last time I had airtime maybe was in February. Not because I cannot put airtime, but because, we have WhatsApp, and I don't want to put airtime. Everybody should have WhatsApp, but everybody cannot have WhatsApp. So sometimes I need to call my father, for example. I need to call somebody, and I have to put credit, and then I have to start doing MTN Wonder, and then I'm sluggish. But now credit just came into my phone. I don't know why they did not send it into mobile money. They sent it into credit. But that is what I needed, credit, airtime. I didn't need Momo. I had Momo. But that gymnastic of converting from Momo to whether it's airtime, the airtime to Wonder and everything, I'll do it today, tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. So I was just so grateful. And this person, I've never spoken to this person. So I was praying. I was like, Father, I want to just hear his voice. Yeah, because a man, people like to know, is he a man or a woman? I said, Father, I just want to hear his voice now. Who is this nice person? And then they called me to say, I just sent you airtime. I was like, I've heard their voice. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Father. So I just feel like sometimes our expectations of our own selves are just too high. Yet, God might want to align things for us in another way, another direction, all of that. And we are like, no, it must be this way. I cannot believe in my house. I cannot believe in my independence. I cannot, what about all of these things? And one thing that happened when I moved here, this particular, the chair that I have in my house, a cane chair, my mom, this is what she offered to me when I came here. And I was like, it's already broken. Gabi has played with the thing. Maybe rats have tried their best on it. It is blah, 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 blah. And I'm not changing this thing. One day I saw another chair somewhere, good sofa and everything. I was like, maybe I should buy this chair. Maybe 100,000 or whatever. The boy said, you're not buying nothing there. You don't need it. I was like, yeah, for real, I don't even need it. Am I sitting on the thing? No, there's no television here. So what am I even staying in the parlor to do? Nothing. I'm here only with the kids. After I'm in my room or I'm in the office, what am I doing on a sofa? Nothing. So forget about it. That is it. Now I'm going to be going right back to her house and I don't need it. There's no space there to put, and even if there's space, I don't want it. Somebody else who needs it in this neighborhood is going to take it, because I plan to do a yard giveaway. Put things there. I'm not going to be carrying the whole of this house to go back to my mother's house for what? Barest minimum that I'll carry. Yes, even if I have to move again, I can always get new things. And what are we even doing all this ground cargo? Frankly speaking, what are we doing with it? Where am I going to go to with it? Nowhere. So it is my intention. I know that she knows. She laughs. But oh, we can pack things here. Well, packing things for what? No way. I put the things there. Call all my people in the quarter. Who wants what? Take fridge, this, that. Ale. Barest minimum that I'm taking there. Going back to my mother's house. No, I don't need to be carrying cargo and hiring trucks and all of those things. Like even bed there, I can go and sleep on her bed. But there's bed there in the children's room. I mean, I am so relaxed. My mind is made up, and that's the most important thing. When your mind is made up, every other thing will follow. Even God is going to align things up. And you know, sometimes you can offer something to somebody who doesn't have. Another person comes and offers you like ×2 that thing or something else. So for me, like, I don't in my life. Like, if I say, you want this thing, yeah, take. You want this, take. I should do this, I do. Send this to so and so person, I send. I just do. I just obey. And that's how my own blessings come. Like, I can send 20K to someone, another person sends me 50K another day. So God is so wonderful for me, right? You know, everybody has the right to share their experience. And so I don't play with him at all. And so after these 3 months, haven't seen what he has done. Like, let me tell you, I prayed for friends. I don't want many. I prayed and I have gotten them. Exactly what I prayed for. I'm like, it is how this thing is easy. Before I used to crack my head like this left and right. I had 4,500 on Facebook, but I could not even say I had one that I could pray with. Now I have how many? Maybe 50 or 100. I have 2. Both man and woman that I can pray with. What are you talking about? Hi, God. I have a tribe of sisters, 12. Just 12. That I know that these are my sisters. Big one day, small one day, same age day. Come on now. What is all this? So much blessing like this for me. So no. Whenever I do my thing, I'm not like, share, go on, join. Because I am not after numbers, not after crowd, I'm not after all of those things. To even sit and do a live video, sometimes I do chakara, I do it in pidgin, but this one in particular, he said you will sit there and you will do it. You will talk about it, because I want to use that testimony. You know, no. So even if I don't feel so comfortable doing it, I do it. You know, I had 2 channels on YouTube. I'm wrapping up already. And one of them, when I started that channel, when I started doing structured videos, I just felt it in me that I would do only 50 and that would be enough. That's the Therapist Mark YouTube channel. And that channel, I don't know, people join, like, what I follow. Or I have like 170 people on that channel. But you know, when I reach number 48, 49, I already thought I'm going at 50. So number 50 was bye-bye. And now people are still watching. Sometimes I just for fun. Or when I go to reply any comment, because people still watch and leave comments, I see the analytics thing and I'm like, people are still coming to this thing when I've already said bye-bye. But I'm not taking it down. God said you're not taking it down. People will still need that content. So leave it there. But that's okay. Focus now on my own channel, because the channel Mag and God is really like God's channel. It's like, I'm just doing it. But if not for him, I would not even be doing that thing. So frankly speaking, for me, it's like, that's why each morning is about me telling him how my previous day was and what I have learned from that day. That's why I start, dear God, dear God, dear God. It is so beautiful to walk in obedience and to do that, not caring whether you are validated by man or not. Because when it's about God, the man who has to validate will come. All the other ones, don't bother about them. Finally, you know, our pastor was saying yesterday that when you are working with God, people would disown you or they would They will what? They will reject you. They would abuse you, or they will. I was like, I didn't even wait for that to happen. I just followed and slashed the numbers myself very fast before I even got to this point this year. Last year, I think it was in August or in July. 4,500 down to 50. First of all, no stress. So I don't even have nobody to write to me and start asking me what has happened to you. I was like, I need to do this now. And even today, I still slash down some again. Like, we should be able to clean up, fill up, clean up, fill up, all according to God's instructions, His word. He can speak to you from the Bible. He can speak to you through people. He can speak to you through signs. He can speak to you right there in your heart, anywhere, at any time, on Mount Sinai, wherever. All of that. Just have an open heart. Okay, well, so happy end of first quarter. To God be the glory, great things He has done. So I might be updating people how things happen, but you know me now, I'm always sharing, and I think because that's my purpose in life, to inspire, motivate people from all walks of life with my personal experiences. And God has not given me a spirit of fear and timidity. So I refuse that. I reject it. I decree and I declare that fear and timidity shall not be my portion, and I shall not be after man's validation and favor and all of those things. Nope. God bless us all.